Hey, Wagwan, what's going on? Everyone good? Everyone good, yeah? Yeah. Good.
I'm alive.
I know Poet's mad tall, yeah, but can you see him? Like, can you see like the people at the back? Can you see Callum? I mean, Poet.
See? Sorry.
Yeah. See it
There was
there?
the reason to sit on the chair.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this is See, this is what I like. Do you know what? Yeah. Firstly, before we even start this thing, yeah, I want to kind of like get the first thing out of the way. So, Halfcast Podcast is not just me, yeah. It's me and it's Poet. And the reason why I say this, yeah. So we've got who follows us on Instagram? Who follows us on the Halfcast Instagram? All right. Who emailed as well to come here? Like, who actually emailed? All right, so the first thing that I noticed is, yeah, sometimes when I'm in the Instagram, some people might be DMing, and they'll be like, oh yeah, like they might just say something about an episode, yeah? So then I will respond on the Halfcast Instagram, and then they'll say something like, safe chucks. And I want to tell them it's not me. Like, it's not me, because it could be anyone. It could be you, or it could be Callum.
It's not
but
me,
it's not always me. And do you know what that reminded me of, yeah? Did anyone see the episode when we was talking about like being mad broke? Because there was like an episode where we was talking about being broke and whatever in the later stage of our life. And there was a stage where I was just mad broke, but I was still DJing. But these times now I've got I'm trying to like catch the train on the low. So what I had one, you know them balaclavas that you just put around your head? So you can only see your eyes, yeah? So I'm walking down the street in Oxford Street, late, like 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to get a night bus on the low, yeah? So I'm standing at the bus stop with this thing over my head, yeah? One bro walks up to me and says, yo, why go on, Chucks?
What?
I said, Jesus, crispy. I can't even put, I know that I'm short, but I can't be the only short person in London that people recognise, fam.
I stand up for a second.
You get me?
No one's that short. You're like the tallest dwarf.
Ballied up on the high road.
But firstly, thanks for everyone coming today. It's a special occasion, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to get into a little bit more detail in what we have or what we've been going on with in the last couple of days. But the first thing I want to do is just how I usually do this thing. Right, what's going on? How are you, man?
I'm alright. Where's the cameraman? Is there a camera? Shireen, can you take a picture right in the middle there? Because this is icy, we're not capturing this properly. I want picture. Choose it. I got to show mommy, let him.
What you saying?
Come on, guys. I want pic.
I ain't answering the question.
Yeah, well done.
Oh, I'm alright. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just here. Waiting for one sec, pose.
Oh my God, this guy.
Oh, right, already, bro. Why are we doing this afterwards? Like,
Because afterwards, who knows what's going to happen? I might get drunk, go home.
I might have a broken arm.
Oh, you might
anything.
forget. Yeah, all right, boom. Yeah, well, go on.
Respect, cuz. Oh, I'm doing alright still. Hi, everyone. How are you? Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's just really, really nice vibe.
Me, I'm always good, man. I'm always cool.
Yeah.
Man, I'm here, man. I don't know what's going on, by the way.
Yeah.
Everyone here knows more about what's going on than me. I don't know what's going on. Man's just here.
Yeah! You get me! You get Just making sure. Myself, Chucky online, Poet's here, Jamie's here.
I can't believe it.
Wait, Poet, what's the name of our...
I should get a jacket for this.
What's the name of our cameraman? Where is he? Where's Racist Callum? Yeah, see him there.
Oh, he's there.
Put a face. Everyone make some noise for Racist Callum, please. We're talking a lot about care, yeah? And there's one thing that I think that we all care about to some degree, and it's London, isn't it? Yeah. And like, for those who don't know, over the last couple of days, we collaborated with Nike and Beyond Borders, where we did a workshop, and we had like these lovely, beautiful people at the front.
Oh, I love y'all.
Yeah. Shout out to Beyond Borders. Yeah. They came and done a workshop with us, and we just kind of explained to them a bit about our podcast, how we do a podcast, how we make it work, how we create content, which then kind of went into a genius idea that Poet came up with, where they were asked to kind of create their own podcast and talk about some of the stuff that they would talk about in a podcast. And there was like loads of amazing things that we were talking about literally in that session, which then made me go home and think a lot about what I love about London and what I used to love about London. So like when I start looking back at like the ages of when I was like 16, 17, and I think about like all of the under 18s and stuff that I used to go to, and like hanging out on the street and just the music thing and the culture and like and all of that, and like I know that certain elements of it have changed, which we'll talk about it in a bit. But I wanted to kind of just have a conversation with you, man, about like what would you say was your favorite parts of London? Like when was your favorite time in London?
Do you know what? I think the people we were working with, the young people we were working with, they touched upon it upstairs.
Yeah.
And they were talking about culture. And I remember being in secondary school and culture impacting my life in such a way that I was unaware because it was just normal. I'm only aware of it now because I'm older.
Yeah.
So I would know that Jihan was Turkish, and I would know that my boy at Nafi was Somalian, but it didn't matter. Like the fact that all three of us were together, playing football and all that, or playing computer. It wasn't like a Jamaican boy, a Somalian boy. None of that. It was just three friends.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately, as you get older into the wider world and you see things for what they are, and people present you certain things, you understand that the mentality you had as a youngster within different cultures was actually sick. Suddenly when you get older, you get corrupted and people start labeling certain individuals and groups as certain things. So I love the fact that it's very culturally diverse in London. It's 44%, if we're taking a look at numbers, culturally diverse. And the fact that a younger generation growing up will not care about black, white and all of these things until unfortunately they get older, where it's really pushed in your face. So that's one of the things I do love about London.
I felt like I know that things have changed a lot now and like people see things very differently, but I had a sick time growing up in London, like sick time. Even like watching, I guess we'll talk about that a little bit later, but the advert, the Nothing Beats a London advert, and like just seeing like little elements of things that they encapsulated, and like just tying it down to like some of the stuff that I was doing when I was young, bro. Like I just had a sick time growing up. Remember we did an episode, I can't remember what the episode was, but we was talking about like not having that much money and everyone aware of Savage Dan?
Oh yeah, what's Savage Dan?
Savage Dan mentioned something that I thought was so key for me, and he was talking about like not having money, like not growing up with a silver spoon in your mouth, but not necessarily feeling like you were less fortunate. Do you get what I'm saying? Like he didn't feel in his heart that he was broke. He was just out playing football, out with the man them, just all over the place, just doing whatever it was that he was doing and just having a good time, which was the same as me. Like I never felt like I didn't have much, but I never felt like I didn't have much. I was just always in the park with the man then.
I was gonna say, when you asked what the best thing was, I was gonna say, the thing, because I'm thinking about it in hindsight now, innit, as a man looking back then and knowing what I know now. But growing up in London, positives and negatives. Growing up in London, obviously when you're born and you live your life and you grow up, you think the world is about you, and you think that your life is the movie that the world is playing. Like that's all I knew. I only know my life, innit? Growing up, not even because Truman Show, like people are conscious of it. You're never conscious of it. Like you're just living. Like growing up as a kid in London, I had no idea what it would be like for a kid growing up in Czech Republic or anywhere. I don't even think about it. I'm just living in London, living my life. You know what I'm saying? And that was my movie. That was my film. And I thought this was what you're meant to be doing. This is what life is. And the thing about London is, because it's the capital and everyone cares about London, it made me feel like my life is important, even though it's equal to everyone else's life. You know what I'm saying? Really? But I'm in London. You get me? I'm brought up in London. I don't even know how my parents got here. You know what I'm saying? All I know is that they got here, met each other somehow, had kids. I'm here. Whoa, Meridian Walk. What's popping? This is me. I'm in London. Like, I felt like life was about me. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have much, but I thought that's how it was meant to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought that's how it's meant to be. Like, so what? Like, look around, look at everyone, like wake up in the morning, open the window, people are playing out, playing off-ground touch, run-outs, playing two-touch in the cage. This is life. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't you have one brethren though that may have made you question it a little bit? Because I had a brethren called Richard Easy. And
when you get older, when I got a bit older, yes.
Because like, I think we even mentioned before, I had a Super Nintendo. So I only got one game every occasion. I got a game on a birthday and I got a game on Christmas. That was my pattern. And I thought that's how everyone was getting games.
Not me, boy.
Richard Easy, I used to ask him, like, say in October on the 21st on a Tuesday after PE, how was your weekend? And he'd say, it was cool. I went and my mum bought me a game. And I used to think, your mum bought you a game? I couldn't understand. It was just a normal Saturday and your mum bought you a game.
Yeah, that was me.
You got a game?
Game? I was spoiled. I had Mega Drive, Game Boy, 2 Super Nintendos, PC. Yeah, my
dad worked in cash converters and we used to get consoles. Other than tech, like anything tech, boom, PC. That's how I started making beats on Fruit Loops, whatnot. My dad bought me a PC early, so tech was there. But anything else, like, nah.
I had everything.
My brother used to get clothes from, remember Catalog?
Yeah, I get
the Argos catalog.
No,
catalog. Littlewoods and them thing there.
Yeah, I didn't even know they had names.
What? Wait. Am I going mad?
Catalog.
Like, where'd you get that catalog?
Oh, what Craig was just saying?
Catalog.
Mad catalog. Like tracksuits, trainers, everything.
What, the garm?
They were garmed off.
There's a garm called catalog.
No.
What's
There's
going on?
a catalog where you used to go through.
Cool.
It's just
like an Argos catalog.
But Argos is a shop kind of, man. Like,
kind of like Argos.
Kind of, but like basically they had beds. Like, I never saw the catalog. I'd never seen the catalog.
I had freedom.
But I just know that you pay monthly.
Yeah.
You pay, like, you get what you want. You can order like massive hampers and that. Like,
pay weekly.
Weekly, I don't know.
Did your mum used to have Avon and that?
What's Avon?
That's a catalogue. What is that?
Yeah,
was that thing they put through your door? There was
Avon's that thing.
Yeah.
Nah, man,
I'm talking about catalogue.
Yeah, like catalogue like that.
Bruv, catalogue.
Take out the page and say, Mum, that's what I want.
Okay, all right.
That's what I'm saying. When I started getting older, I started to realise, but even catalogue is still like, getting things in the catalogue is still like, not bathing, because you're still paying it off in a way, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
But my bridgings, when I got to like 18, 19, yeah, man, they had the drill tops, full track suits, bare different climate fit hats, everything. I'm thinking, like, what shop is where? You get me? Because I was just wearing Skepta's garms, you get me?
Yeah.
But yeah, they were just garmed off, fam. And it's like, catalogue. I'm thinking, so I never got no clothes from no catalogue, beat down garms all the time, picky head all the time, not trims all the time either. Man used to go barbers like it was flipping corner shop. None of that, bro.
The barber came to my house. I was proper spoke,
Nah,
you know. I was proper
serious?
Yeah.
Nah, man.
See, like, in hindsight, I felt like I had what I needed, but maybe I just didn't need that much. It was only Richard Easy that made me feel like I wasn't getting patterned up with the games.
You should have come to my estate.
I had skates, I had Bauer skates, I had a bike. You know what I mean? We used to just play football a lot. But you know, I spent a lot of time in the park. Playing football. And you mentioned a tweet actually, was it a couple of days ago? Where you was talking about parks today.
Yeah.
To elaborate on that.
Basically, I was driving forget where I was driving. I was just driving anyway, yeah. Bridget was on the phone in the passenger seat, so I'm just daydreaming, driving, listening to my new music. Looked out the window, and in the park, I saw 2 men, dads, on their phones, standing there in the park, on their phones, just like that, standing, walking around, and there's 3 kids playing together on like some like metal, like a seesaw, but a spring saw. I don't know what it is, man. Some springy thing. I looked at it and I thought, like, it's 2018.
Oh, the same dead thing that we used to have when we were young that you could...
They've advanced it, maybe, yeah. See, remember that?
Yeah, the same thing that you
but
could
a bit bigger now, so you can all get on it.
Okay.
It's a bit bigger. I'm just driving my car thinking, looked at my screen in the car, sat nav, electric drive, phones in your hand that's got flipping, like, we're advanced, you know what I'm saying? Even the clothes we make are now engineered to some 3D whatever. But the kids that are coming up, your kids, it's not like it's like someone else's kids, it's our kids.
Yeah.
All the people that are trying to argue in these big parliament buildings for flipping money to buy their second homes and all this mad stuff, it's your kids, it's all of our kids growing up. Don't you remember when you was a kid growing up? Like, how are you giving them a park like that, man? So I just thought in my head, like, imagine I just had 1 billion, just 1 billion, yeah? And I got to just like refurb how many parks in London or whatever, you get me? I will sit with the sickest team of individuals and come up with some mad solar panelled roofs with some like a low powered little electric drive roundabout and a little, when you see like a new area getting built like flats and it shows like a mock-up of how the people will be walking through now in their suits and their phone and that on the scaffolding.
Yeah.
And they have like a little seating area of like little shrubs and that and lights and that. Like have that in the park, like make it a bit nice. The buses now, when I was driving, a bus open, it was like, this is, I'm thinking, buses talk to people now, fam. I couldn't believe it. I was like, buses talk. And my brother, he gets bus in it, he goes to the gym in the bus. He's like, yeah, buses. I was like, fam, buses talk to you. They tell you where you are and that. Like, bosses talk to you.
You don't pay to get on anymore as well.
Huh?
You don't have to pay to get on anymore.
What do you mean?
You don't pay. You got Oyster card, stat, boom, carry on with life. It's
I know Oyster cards. You scared me there. I swear I bought, no. I know Oyster cards. I know about Oyster cards still. But yeah, get me. Technology's gone forward, bruv. It's gone forward.
So you say what, parks need to get a little bit more technical?
They have to, not even
technological. What is it? Urban Panda, what is it?
Technological.
Technological.
Wow.
Technological. Technological.
Yes.
It needs to get more technological.
Do you know what the flip side to that is, though? Do you know what the flip side to that is? Because I agree with you, but then the flip side to that is I now feel embarrassed as an adult.
Why?
Because a child only needs that much to be entertained, that much to be happy, that much to be satisfied. A man needs phone, and then it needs to be a camera, it needs to be WhatsApp and Instagram, all of these things. I see everyone every day go on their phone. They don't even know why they're going on Instagram. They just checked it 2 minutes ago. I don't even know why you're going on WhatsApp. I do the same thing. Twitter all the time. And you just needs a one degga seesaw and he's good.
See, at least hey.
Oh my
But at least
like, that's embarrassing.
Yes,
fam.
thank you. And that's exactly what we said before when I said about the feeling I get. I don't want to have it. That's embarrassing. I don't want to have that feeling when I get numbers and money. Yeah, I don't want to have that feeling either.
I have this
feeling.
Yeah, that's why I'm better.
And I try to get rid of that one as well. Right now, look, boom. My Twitter app is hidden away. It's in the money.
All right, sure. Where's my phone?
I don't know.
Upstairs, big man! I don't need it near me. When I'm at home with my kids, my phone is gone. Let me look after my youth.
Does any of you not go park?
Not on the park.
See what I'm saying? When was the last time you
went
park?
Wait, what's the average age? What's the average age?
Can I
What's the average age?
Pass me.
What's the average age here?
They're 16 to 17.
16, 17.
And then I'm not sure everyone in the back.
Give it to Ashton quickly. When was the last time you went park?
This guy's the best.
Hold on 1 second.
Make sure
No, it's alright, he's going to turn it on now.
Yeah.
Go on.
Couple years ago.
Couple years ago?
Yeah.
So, what stops you from going to the park now?
There's nothing to do.
There's nothing to do.
Can I ask one question?
Could you turn the mic up louder, please, by the way?
Test it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Do that again one more time, quickly, just for them.
I love this dog, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking back to when I used to go to the park. Yeah. So now I want to ask him. I want to ask him. I'm thinking back to when I used to go to the park. Yeah. Why would I go to a park? And the reason why I used to go to the park is because there was not like I come out my house. I lived in an estate. Opposite my house was another house. Next to my house, another house. There was houses everywhere. I could open my window and see straight in someone else's bedroom. You get me? All that was in the way was a lamppost. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't used to look in their bedroom, by the way, but that was mad. And that was mad. Anyway, but yeah, they were straight across from me. So when I come out, we used to play, like I said, off-ground touch, run-outs, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just in our little area. So the park was something to do. Other than that, we never had online gaming. We never had mobile phones like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what do? Go to the park, man, and race. I'm faster than you, race. Whatever you want to do, go to the park. You know what I'm saying? Chill. People used to go to the park and drink. People used to, whatever. That was the park.
You used to go to the park and do nothing.
Yeah, but you was just at the park. Like, where are you lot? Wake up in the morning, go outside, no one's outside. I'm gonna go park, so you was at the park. You go to the park, so you was there, you get me? So now, today, but I was a bit younger than, I was about like 13, 14. But now I was gonna ask today, when you get up in the morning and you go out your door, you dress up, go out your door, shut the door, boom, where you going? On a normal day.
Alright. So, before I say this,
Yeah, go on,
like,
yeah.
don't overreact. So, wait, what do I do?
You need to be Prime Minister, guys. Really.
Go, yeah.
So yeah, if I'm going somewhere, what do I do as soon as I wake up?
If you got up on a normal
Normal day, go check my phone first. Yeah.
Come on, cuz.
Check my phone, then yeah, I'll be on my phone for a while. Then my mum says, "Come and eat downstairs, breakfast." Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
You got
And
you
then-
eat 2 food and that. No.
To be honest, yeah, because you know how you said park and that.
Yeah.
Before I used to do that as well. Like when I used to live in that estate, every day park, like with my brother, play football, everything.
Exactly.
Then I moved to a house, Streatham. Then after that, same thing. I used to go park every day, play football. Now, obviously they refurbished the park in Streatham. They took away the football place in it, so it's kind of dead now. So no one goes in it. And I'm old enough now to know that I don't need to go park anymore. So I would like to go park, but they've changed it too much. So for me, it's not entertainment. There's just swings and stuff.
Gentrify it.
Yeah.
We could get to that.
And then I said I check my phone, eat breakfast, and.
But where do you go? Like what?
Where in London?
What
But the thing is,
no,
but the thing that you lot have just missed everything.
No, I've got it.
Do you know what? But you've missed it though. Do
Go
you know
on,
why?
let us know.
Because with us,
Enlighten
yeah,
them.
when we used to get up, we couldn't check nothing. We had MSN. So we'd go park because most time everyone would go park.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to go to the park to see where everyone is. He just needs to go into his one WhatsApp group and he can find a pattern and then they're gone. We couldn't find a
I'm
pattern.
trying to find out what the pattern is.
Yeah, I wanna know.
What's the pattern?
Not on a
the
party
pattern?
day, not on a party day, not on a birthday, not on a drink up, just on a normal day,
The WhatsApp group is the pattern.
on a Wednesday.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Listen, to be honest, on a Wednesday at school.
No, I can't say that. I let Saturday. Allow me.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
My brother sits like this and talks to me like this as well. He's like, he's 20, nearly 20, 21. Yeah. He says, yeah. Well, when I was younger, when I was your age, London was different. I used to have, I had BBM for like a couple of years, but before that I had nothing. And then that's how he speaks to me. He's like, oh, you lot are spoiled. And I said to him, oh, I used to have a Samsung Galaxy A7, you know, don't get
Yeah, come on, guys.
But he says it's changed so much, yeah. But before, I even asked him, I asked him one time, why do you think children are like this now? Yeah. He says, oh, phones changed them. My sister just got phones recently, in their room the whole day, like he bought them.
What age?
They're in year 8. So how old is that?
Yeah, I don't know. But do you know what? I don't want to press because all I'm trying to find out is what is your where do you go? You mentioned before. One second. You mentioned before. Yeah, it depends. I heard you say something like it depends on your What did you say?
It depends on your budget. Like,
okay.
Obviously, like you gotta depend on we're still dependent on our parents and that. So it depends. Like you'll jump on Snapchat and you'll message your friends in the group chat and you'll be like, he's got money, he's got peas. Like, what are we doing today? And like sometimes it will be a cinema thing, sometimes it will be going out for food.
So they say so the park thing might not be the motive, but the cinema might be a thing. You get there's still motives.
That made me happy, fam. Just hearing saying who's got money, like that friendship. I never went cinema.
I
don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. I don't see it. I don't see Snapchat groups. When I'm driving in my car, I can't see her Snapchat group doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just see a park and it's dead. You know what I'm saying? It's dead. It hurts me because I'm thinking, yo, like, where? You know what I mean? Where are they gonna go? What are they gonna do? Like, come on, man. We're kitting up the world for us. We're selfish. We're kitting up the world for us. Mad for us. Like, new flipping bike, railway, like roads, electric car chargers, boom, boom, boom. Like bare adult stuff. All the kids growing up today, what are we doing for them, fam? What are we doing for them? How are we kitting up the planet for them and for their kids and for their kids' kids? Like, you know what I mean? We're all kids. We just grew up in it. Like, we're all kids. Like, but yeah, if you got a group and you're popping off in that group and then one of you says, yeah, you know what? I got something birthday money. Let's go and watch. What's that? Black Panther. Yeah, man. Yeah. I like that still.
We got into a conversation as well where after the workshop we said to them, when you go home, have a think about a few things that you would want us to talk about in the live recording of a podcast, so that tomorrow, which is today, we could kind of discuss some of the stuff that they talked about. Another genius idea that Poet came up with, where we talked about 5 positive things about London and 5 negative things about London. Ooh. Do you remember the positive? What was the positives? The positives was...
Culture was one of the positives.
Yeah, so the 2 main things that we were going to talk about was music and culture. Yeah. Which I had said already, when I was talking about some of the things that I love about London and some of the things that I don't love about London is that, like, when I was a young buck, all of the artists that I liked... Is there any 80s babies in here by any chance? Yeah, see there? Yeah. Boy,
bro, you look so young.
Couple. But when I was a young buck, like all of the artists that I liked or idolized, I shouldn't say liked because obviously I was heavily into the garage thing and into the grime thing as well. But the artists that I idolized in terms of lifestyle and stuff a lot were people that were thousands of miles away, like in America and all of that stuff, And obviously that's changed now. For the scene's changed, it's developed and whatnot. And I got a little brother who, if I ask him like who are his favorite artists, most of them are literally people from London, innit? And like, it makes me realize in that sense, like how far we've come. Because even now, like, if you ask me some of my favorite artists, a lot of them are from London. And when you check it, it's like, enough of these men are like literally, and women, because like female equality.
The man got scared, fam.
Don't get on to me.
You got it.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like come from here, bro. And I think that's a beautiful thing about London.
I agree.
I think that's the beautiful thing about life itself. I think everyone needs to source locally before you start. You know what I mean? No matter what it is, if you can do it locally, you should be doing it locally anyway. We were doing it locally. It's not like we weren't, it's that we were, but like I said, society didn't care. Society doesn't care sometimes, but we've made society care now because we've grown into society. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So we've grown up and now we are the people. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I was listening to music and there was like, the only UK heads I would ever hear of when I was a kid was like, what?
Dizzy.
No, before Dizzy, I'm talking about when I'm like, Bushkin, Mighty Mo.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Heartless.
So
Heartless
solid,
Crew.
so solid. A little bit
even,
after
even
that.
before I even heard of So Solid, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
other than that, and that was like jungle drum and bass. Other than that, it was just nothing but US and pop music. US and, pop, and even till today, still happens now. But all the pop music, even if it was UK, sounded like American. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to do a podcast on that as well. Get me on that one. Why we sing in American accents.
We used to.
Oh,
though.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
so much now.
I don't, yeah.
Some people don't, like Lily Allen don't,
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
Okay,
singing in an American accent is totally fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I don't want to touch on it now, but I want to,
okay,
I can't stop talking
yeah,
about it once
yeah.
I talk about it, you know what I'm saying? But back in the day then, some rappers will rap in an American accent. So you'll see a guy come up to the camera and go, yo, yeah, my name's Jamie, you get me? Man's from Tottenham, you get me? I do this rap thing. Oh, okay, yo, listen. When I walk through the park and I see that, it's like, like what's going on? So now you think,
park are you
I walk through the park and I see my guys, and you're like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Now, if someone did that today, you'll be like, yo, what? You'll be like, what is going on? That's mad.
Yeah.
But back then, that was totally normal.
That was normal.
Yeah. But now today, when you see someone and say, yeah, oh, hi, my name is Jamie, yep, I'm from Tottenham, and I sing, and I go, when I walk through the, and it's fine. Because you can say walk, you can sing walk.
Yeah,
Why are you saying walk?
Yeah, walk.
But you
When
can
I
sing it, it's
walk-
fine when you sing it, but when you spit a bar and you go American, it's mad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't get that. But anyway, back in the day, that was all that was, American music. Whereas now we've grown up underneath the wings of So Solid, Bushkin, Mighty Mo, Boom Boom Boom, Wiley, Roll Deep, Pay As You Go, Dizzy, and now we're proud.
Yeah, of
like,
course.
somebody would want to say to someone, what don't you know about? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas before, when you know about that person, you don't want to say, don't you know about them? Because when they say no, you feel embarrassed, like, oh, whatever. Whereas now, you want to put people on it. You want to make sure they know about the local MC in your area. So I think, we turned into society and we grew it ourselves.
Do you know what's so mad? I was saying upstairs as well. What I was reminded of was when I was growing up, the maddest thing was the larger ethnic community was in the United States. So obviously, like, you wanted to be American for the simple fact that the community that you felt you could speak to were over there. There wasn't a large, famous community of ethnic people within this country, so there was no one for you to look up to or gravitate to. Whereas now, a man's walked in here, Dave's there, Jay Hustler, baby, is right there.
Wait,
Can I just say, hold your thought, yeah?
It's
But
class.
look at
It's not
that.
even ethnicity,
But look
it's
at that.
class because it's every single race. It's just like the class standard of it. You know what I mean? Like, you felt like you'd be accepted there even if you, no matter what race you were.
No, for me personally, it was just the fact that I idolized, I had an obsession with fame.
Yeah,
So the
same,
only
exactly.
English person that I was like, I want to be like is Ian Wright. Just across the board, Ian Wright was the guy. He was everything to
I
me.
wanted
My
to
mum,
be
my
like,
dad, my
Craig
cousin.
David, I'm not gonna lie. Man, I had the China bumps. Remember when Craig David had the China bumps?
No, seriously.
I had the China bumps,
Yeah, that's
I
played
was on
out.
that.
In our estate, we
Some
had,
people think he invented the hairstyle.
no, he
What,
never.
the China bumps thing.
It was Hellraiser in like 1992.
Listen, I didn't even know it was called China bumps. I just had China bumps.
It's
'cause that was
the
what it was. People actually really thought that. No way.
Fam, it was Hellraiser, fam.
Hey, you guys, man.
But I swear to you, the people I proper rate is like, for example, Boy Better Know, Meridian, because they were putting on. When man was going to like Tottenham Carnival, some Degge parking, Blood. There was like 50 people there. Do you remember? Hugh, Solo, like Skepta. I was proper. Press T was there, and to me, that was wireless. That was wireless, like wireless God. That was everything for me. Venom Crew from Tottenham, rest in peace, Energy. Them man there, they were everything to me. So I'm so happy now that I've grown up with it, and then all of a sudden, them man are actually doing wireless, like main stage. It's mad. I'm over there, can't believe it.
Yeah. But that's for me.
sick.
Like that's why. Like I seen it from the beginning, innit? And like I'll never forget. There will be things like I'll never forget when I ever first heard of Dizzy Rascal, and when I first heard Dizzy's set. Like I'll be honest with you, I don't even know who I was saying this to, but like when I heard about Dizzy, there was an under 18 in my ends, yeah, and then like some guy that I knew called Speedy, he's come up to me and he's like, "Rah, did you go to that under 18s yesterday, whatever?" I was like, "No." He said to me, "Yeah, like Wiley was there and he bought some guy called Dizzy Rascal." Then I'm thinking, that name's dead, fam. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Then he said, yeah, like, bro, and then he's got this lyric, like, boxing MC, like, my name is Frank. Then I'm like, fam, this is, I don't know what's going on. That's dead, fam. I don't even know what that is. But then I got a tape. Because back then, you used to have, like, someone would have one tape and the tape would circulate around, innit? Like, everyone
I would copy the tape. I would double
yeah,
tape,
copy the
record
tape,
it,
yeah, exactly.
All the time.
Yeah.
Then I had this tape of Wiley and Dizzy, and I'm not even gonna, I know it sounds mad cliche here, but an element of it, it almost changed my life. Like from that moment, anything that I was looking at from way over there, literally focused on here solely. I was into the garage thing. I was into So Solid. I loved So Solid to bits. I loved Heartless to bits. But there was something about that resonated with me differently. Do you get what I'm saying?
It was so
but
raw.
it connected, like, it was like what these man was doing connected with me, not just musically, but just in life. Like my everyday living in London. Does that make sense? Do you get what I'm saying?
So what are the negatives though? Because we spoke about the positives. What are the negative things? I think one of them was peer pressure, which I found very, very, very interesting. For the simple fact that peer pressure here is completely different to peer pressure, say, in Jamaica. So when I go to Jamaica and I have to go country, it's mad. Like, they're happy with bare minimal resources.
You say that, but a lot of people ain't.
Well, my family, I can only speak for my family. My Jamaican family are very happy with very little resources. In this country, some of us are so peed off and we have so much. Just because at Christmas time, because there's these bright lights, then you watch this advert, Argos have all of a sudden got everything going half price, the PlayStation's there, and there's so much ideas of temptation and love and lust and all these other things that we get distracted. I feel like, and a lot of it is to do with the fact that, like you said, your brethren from school, he had the PlayStation, you feel like you're obligated to get it now. You might be tugging your parents like, well, everyone in my peer group's got it, I need to get it, and then it could be more advanced into something like smoking. Like there's so much things happening within London, it's so busy, you get pressured into so much things over a short space of time. By the time you're 17 years old, fam, you've grown. Look at the story my man told us of the other day. He's walked for miles, he's been sedan, like.
Yeah, man said I went on holiday, and like we were talking about going on holiday in LA. Man, this dude said, yeah, I went on holiday in Sudan. From then I just thought, you know, I didn't have nothing to say.
Never saw it on Thomas Cook, so you're not even trying to question it, you know what
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah, that's a different type of holiday for me.
The peer pressure we have as youngsters in this country is so unfair.
Why do you reckon, listen, I'm trying to think of why that
Mad
is,
unfair.
and I'm thinking, do you reckon it's because we're too fast, we rush?
We just always want more. When, like, there's no, like, we always want more and we don't even know why we want it. People want more numbers on YouTube videos. I'm like, why? People want to have 7 versions of a one trainer. I'm like, why? People always want more of something, and it's like, it gets to the point where you're chasing something, you get tired and you have to look to yourself and be like, what am I actually running after? Yeah. And I feel like as a young person, you haven't got time to take all of that in. You're still upset because you ain't got the newest iPhone. You're still upset that your crep are a bit battered and all of it. If you took time in to look at it and be like, does this even mean anything? You wouldn't care about peer pressure so much.
Does anyone have an idea in here why they think that peer pressure is so...
Right.
Is there a difference between... Do you feel that there's a difference between peer pressure today and peer pressure when we was young bucks?
Yeah, I couldn't be a youngster growing up. I've been in pen time ago.
I don't know, man. I don't know, because I avoided that. I avoided all of that. But I tweeted this the other day as well. Is that when you're like, I don't know, like when you're a kid, like you're in your house all the time and you're like under 13, you want like acceptance from your family, people around you, like your family in your house, like not acceptance, but you want to be loved by them.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, you want to, you know what I mean? You fit in with your family. You know what I'm saying?
Today, look what it is.
And then when you bust 13 to like 18, 19, 20, you want acceptance from your friends. Like when you're a 15, 16-year-old, 17-year-old, you argue with your mum because you want to hang around with that friend that's going somewhere, and your mum's like, no, you're not going out with that guy, you're not going out with that girl, you're staying right here in your room, you think this is, because your mum knows better, because she's seeing that guy over there doing madness. I don't want to suggest what the guy's doing, you get me? Yeah. But he's doing madness because his parents don't care like that, and he's out there on his bike like, yo, come here, are you coming outside? Like, yo, and your mum's like, no, that guy needs to go away from the house, but you don't care.
Has this happened to you before?
No.
Oh.
No. The deal was mad. But because you're a teenager and you're growing up, you're thinking, nah, man, like I'm done with this family. Like I'm me. You get me? Yeah. I want to roll with Cannon. I saw Cannon on his camera. That's why I said it. So I don't think the guy's Cannon. Oh, okay. I want to roll with Cannon, innit? Cannon's on his bike outside. And you might even go out the house and whatever, disobey your parents, whatever. You don't care, but you don't care as much about acceptance from your family. You want to be accepted by your friends. That's why people trying out new things. You know what I mean? Fitting in with their
Peer
friends.
pressure today's worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
Instagram,
I
you're
stay-
caring
I
about
stayed away
someone
from
you've
that.
never even met before. Like I've had arguments with grown people about a comment that someone's made from the United States who they've never met, probably never going to meet, and they're passionately upset. So I'm looking at that as a grown adult and thinking to myself, well, you clearly never grew up. And if I scale it down to like a 15-year-old, like there's 15-year-olds probably in schools right now arguing about people they don't even know. And in my head, that is the weirdest thing I've ever, just to know that someone's gonna go on their phone and, oh my God, so-and-so said I'm ugly, and it's an egg from bloody
online
Australia.
peer
It's
pressure.
like,
You're talking about online peer pressure now. Like,
That's
just
it.
peer
Yeah,
pressure in general, do you know what I'm saying?
Can I
think
just stop you
this
lot, yeah?
generation's
By
mad.
the way, like, we're in this together, innit? So if there's anyone that has got anything that they want to say, put their hand up and I will give you the mic.
about
As long as
online
it's
peer pressure.
Yeah?
Online peer pressure. Huh?
Go on, Shaq, my guy. Hey, everyone, this is DJ Damn Shaq. Give him a big round of applause. I proper love this guy. Proper love. Good guy, man.
I think in terms of online, it's a completely different thing now, and as you were saying, a completely different ball game. In terms of like when I've spoken to some young people, it's very much like they're, as you said, involved in people's lives that they don't know. So they're just following people on Instagram, social media, and seeing like, you may see someone that's more up than you, wearing like a certain tracksuit or doing a certain thing, and you're like, oh my days, well I should be doing that. Or so-and-so has this many followers. So like, you see back in the day, well I know for myself, like I am still young, man, I'm 20 years old, so I'm young, but I wasn't on Insta stories or Snapchat and constantly seeing what someone does every single day to be like, oh my days, I need to be like him. It's more so who's around me and who's in my surrounding area. And obviously the way I've been raised, I've always been specific about who's around me anyway. So it was easier to keep that away from you. But if you're born in a generation where you're constantly around Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter,
That's mad,
you're always gonna see someone that's doing something, and you may feel like, rah, I need to be doing this because of that. But that wasn't there before.
Shaq, do you know what's so scary though? Like, for example, when I was growing up I went to D&K, my school was absolutely terrible. Like, everything that you can imagine happened in my school. But if you wanted to be like anybody that was your age in school, it would have been like this one don that got every single girl, like all teachers fancied him, or this one other don that was just sick at every single sport, every sport. And those are the people you aspire to be like. Now, imagine being a 15-year-old boy in a day and age where I can find out what another boy's like from a school somewhere way out of London, and if he's up
video,
and he's doing it, now all of a sudden I'm vexed because he's got bare Nike and all that. Like that type of peer pressure growing up today, with my mentality that's a little bit twisted anyway, I know, fam, I will be serving a long bird cut because I couldn't be dealing with that type of pressure.
Yeah,
I'd be
man.
going crazy in my head, fam.
Do you know what though? It's mad. Like, I feel like everything that we talk about in terms of things like this always lead back to social media. Like literally, when we discuss peer pressure, when we talk about all of the things that either affect us in a positive way or a negative way, when I listen to people talk, I always just think this always just leads back to social media.
When you wake up, what's the first thing you do?
Brush my teeth. No, I don't.
Be honest, just be honest. You wake up in the morning, what's the first protocol for you?
I definitely don't check my phone. I promise.
Most
you.
people-
I know where you're going, but
Most people do.
Yeah.
Me, I turn off my alarm and then I will check my phone because my phone's on my alarm. And I think even that is so unhealthy. Like I've just opened up my two eyes to go and check my phone and take in bare information that I don't even need. And in the morning, naturally, sometimes some people are a little bit more miserable. So if I see something that would get me kind of angry at 12 o'clock, at 8 a.m. it's a mad thing. And then I got the kids crying. Oh, come on, guys, I can't deal with this. It's mad. This is a mad type of pressure. So I feel sorry for the younger generation growing up. And I commend young people like this because they're strong enough to understand what's really going on. And they're doing, for me, from what I can see, they're behaving accordingly. They're acting the right way. Do you know where I'm coming from? Whereas some young people, when they've got certain issues, I fully see where they're coming from, bro.
Does anyone have an opinion on what we were just talking about in terms of peer pressure today? Like, does anyone in here feel that peer pressure is a different ball game today than it was maybe when you was younger?
Or can I quickly say as well, another question in case you want to answer this one as well is there any, because there's a disconnect with me because I'm obviously on social media, but I'm not on social media like that. So I don't have Snapchat, I don't have Instagram. I see a couple things here and there, but I don't know what's really going on. And if you could explain to me a type of, a way you can, that peer pressure exists in this realm of Snapchat and Instagram, that I don't know about? Someone that doesn't know, you get what I'm saying? Because I don't know.
Yeah, so I'll just go to what Chucky said before.
Yeah.
So yeah, similar to what Shaq was saying on poets, the access is different. So not only is it about who you can access, but it's about how many people can access you. So even if you try your best to stay away off the grid and do your own thing, someone could easily just catch you doing something that once upon a time no one would ever have seen. So before, like for example myself, all I had to worry about back in the day was Mufti Day. As long as I got my trainers for Mufti Day, I'm all right. Okay, both parties
What's
later.
Mufti Day? What is that?
Remember Mufti Day, you had to like pay 50p and you could wear your own clothes?
Oh yeah, where were you want
Where?
day?
Yeah, it was
Where were
when
you
you-
want day?
Yeah, non-uniform.
Non-uniform day?
Yeah, it was school.
What? Non-uniform day?
Not in my, nah.
Oh,
cuz.
never.
There weren't no 50p, cuz man was just turning up what they wanted anyway. Fam.
Nah.
Oh yeah, we didn't get like that. So
Was
that's
it
all we had to
actually-
worry about. So we got Mufti Day, 3 weeks time. You got 3 weeks to find what you can or beg mum or dad to get something. And because all you had to worry about was that circle within your school. The older now, you've got so many people that have got access to you that automatically you're on the grid and people can see you and you're seen. So as much as you don't want to worry about it, they're gonna see you. And that's something that we never had to deal with before.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's all mad.
I hear that. Anyone else?
No? Oh, yeah. Oh.
Go on, young lady.
I was just going to talk about, like, for example, on Snapchat and Instagram story, like, I feel like the pressure for young people now, like, for example, you have to find the best lighting or, like, not talk about clothes, but you have to find the best lighting so you look nice. So
For the
you
picture,
look
innit?
presentable. Yeah, for a picture. And, like, also, because Snapchat and Instagram is so easy, like, whenever people go out, they make sure that they're posting something, like, so they can be stunting on the gram, like,
Yeah.
so they make people, I don't know if it's due to jealousy or trying to look good so people like you or whatever, like trying to get more friends or
Like
whatever.
a competition between
Yeah,
everyone.
I feel like it's a competition, like, and people have to, like, everyone's in it to win or to look the best or something, so they can be, like, you know how sometimes you have the hierarchy in a friendship or something. Everyone's
Yes.
trying to be
Yes.
the best of the
Yeah.
best,
Yeah.
and their way of doing that is by stunting on their Instagram or their Snapchat.
Yes.
I love that Valencia filter, innit?
100%.
It's
I understand that.
mad. Valencia's a mad thing.
Can I just say though, that that's not a young people thing.
That's an old people thing.
That's the everybody thing.
Everybody thing.
That's the everybody
They're
thing.
all influenced.
Just the
But
dynamics change
Yeah.
differently, like throughout the time, but
Basically,
it is almost the same.
I'll speak after you. Sorry, go on.
Personally, I think just to add to what he was saying, it seems like a simple statement, but the only difference between media when you guys were growing up and social media now when everyone's growing up is the word social. So back then you aspired to Ian Wright when you saw him and you related to him, but there was a distance between you and him because he was on the other side of a shiny screen. Or when you were playing marbles and you saw some trainers, you were like, I want that because it was on this shiny screen. But now that shiny screen it's the same sort of influence. It gives us that same euphoria and that same desire to want to have materialistic things. But now, instead of it having to be an anchor on ITV giving me information, for example, I can just come and listen to a podcast and get all my social information from two guys that I know, for example.
Yeah.
So the thing is, it's like, we think it's different because, our time was different and we move on. But I think it's a lot more similar than we think. It's still about the basic concepts.
Sorry to cut you. I think it's similar in the sense of the input it has on you, but you don't understand, bro. Like, I had to clock out of MSN. Do you not understand? There's no sign-off period for Instagram.
Yeah.
There's no sign-off period for Twitter. You can go Twitter 4 a.m. in the morning, fam. There's someone up, bro.
Yeah.
And I think that, to a certain extent, is dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, everything has an ending time in my life. Eventually, I can finish my orange juice and throw it away. School ends. This one.
Did you know that TV used to end? Did you know that TV
TV
used
used
to
to
end?
end.
TNT,
TV.
9
Channel
p.m.,
5
9
used to
p.m.
end.
12 o'clock.
Yeah, that
everything
girl with the
locked
board, like,
off. Yeah.
And even that,
At
do you know
12
TV used
o'clock.
to
No,
end?
wait. At 12 o'clock, everything lock off.
Yeah, but
like,
Chucky,
it's done.
But Chucky didn't, and even after that, you had the whole telly shopping period where it's
But
like that locked off for you.
That was Sky and that. Yeah, that was all Sky.
Oh,
and
sorry,
that.
yeah,
No,
privileged.
I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about at this point here.
That was privileged.
There was nothing beyond Channel 4. Like,
I-
Channel 5 ain't bus yet.
No.
Channel 5 ain't touch road. It's 1 to 4, and at 12, everything lock off.
Lock.
Now, Chucky,
Everyone's got to go bed.
That's dangerous. Now. That's why I say to you, it's so dangerous now because it's like, it never locks off.
That's the point I'm making. That it's the same kind of desire that we had to have nice things or whatever. The only difference now is the social aspect, the fact that it's so much more accessible, the fact that anyone can be the guy doing it. It doesn't have to be John Smith on ITV with the information. It can be John from round the way. You know, so it's that same kind of concept of desire, and when you're getting likes, it was similar to getting spuds from your friends back in the day. They're all validating you and you feel happy. Now it's just more accessible.
All right, let's move again just a tiny bit.
Before we move, I was going to say,
go.
on that point, now it's been explained to me what the actual peer pressure is.
Yeah.
That is happening in every generation now.
It's sad, man.
From my mum on Facebook, with all of her friends on Facebook, all the way down to my partner, Instagram, Snapchat, all the way down to now the new youth growing up now.
Yeah.
Same thing, Instagram, Snapchat, like, oh, take a picture, stop waiting, no, take another one. I want, you know what I mean? To get the best for your catalogue, kind of nothingness really. But it's just like, everyone's doing it.
That's what's
you know
so
what I'm saying?
mad. It's nothing.
But I don't have it, so I don't know. But now I get it. Now I get it, that it's happening
That's why I come on
everywhere.
Snapchat.
And that's why I said,
Come on.
don't you think it is that we're moving, that's the bad thing about London is, or not even London, because it's everywhere now, but we're moving fast. Like, they're growing up fast. I said you need validation from your family when you're a kid. You get to teens, you need it from your friends. But then when you get to 20s, 30s, you need to start getting validation from yourself. You need to look in and think, right, am I happy? Like, if I died tomorrow, would I, as I float away, would I think, you're an idiot, man? What's wrong with you? Look at you. Nothing, like, everything you've done not even worth nothing. Or would I be like, yeah, boom, that was calm. You know what I mean? Am I happy with myself? You know what I'm saying? We're forcing kids to go through all of that so quickly now. Like, they're kids. You know what I mean? When I was 15, 16, 17, I had my bike upside down, trying to get the chain on. Oh, it's not going on. Hey, go and get me the spanner. Trying to help. You know what I mean? I'm just doing my little thing there. I wasn't worried about no one seeing a hole in my sock or lighting on me or nothing, fam. You know what I'm saying? So now, you're 15 and you're worried about lighting because, boy, I need to look good on this picture because she did and he did. You know what I mean? So
Plus, this boy's following me. I need to impress him. Nonsense.
It's people. I think it might be how fast we're pushing everyone to grow up, man.
Yeah, I hear that. Do you know what? Like, we'll go, because obviously we focused a bit on the negative, but when we were just talking about the positive just now, earlier, and we was discussing music, and even like tying it to London, because even today, like, you look at the grime scene and you look at even like rap, even R&B now, like R&B. You're getting a lot of singers, especially from London as well. Some great singers outside of London too, that are starting to get a little bit of shine. But in terms of like the grime scene in particular, and some of the street rap, I see how far it's come. And I look at like the success and I think, like a lot of this started from London. One of the other things that came up in the conversation upstairs was when we were talking about the positives in the culture. Just in general, can you elaborate on that a little bit, Poet?
And the positives in the culture?
Yeah.
London culture? Or?
Yeah, London, not anywhere else, but London culture.
I remember someone
Has anyone seen the Nothing Beats a London advert, by the way?
Yeah.
You seen that? Put your hands up if you've seen it, please. Okay, sick.
Well, you can go off that. Like,
what did you think about that?
The advert?
Yeah.
I thought it was bad, boy. It was like, I didn't think Nike would do something like that. I can't lie to you. To have Skepta walking into the shop. Yeah. And then
because a lot of that ties into like elements of London culture.
It's not just that. Do you know what? I'll be real. I'll just say it as it is, fam. I was just happy to see black people get some main time TV, fam. Like a lot of black people, to the point where it was like a chessboard. It was black then white, black then white. I said, this is bad, bro. Because in London, if it's 44% ethnic minority, and I think 13% of that happens to be black, then that's actually a true reflection of what you're going to see. More or less, you're gonna see black people when you come London. If you go Barnsley, like I remember went to Leeds one time with my uncle in like 2004, and the woman was so flabbergasted behind the counter. I was looking at her like, what's the problem? She's like, I've never seen black people before. I said, big man, turn on the TV, we're everywhere. So like, when I see the Nike advert do that, it's so sick, because a lot of the YouTube comments were saying things like, is this Africa? And it was like making like loads of racist jokes, but it showed me to a certain extent that there's a slight ignorance. Some people are still under the impression, even if you go to the States right now, the man's over here just having crumpets, tea, and beer, these other things. They don't even know that there's slang. They don't even know that there's certain hoods. They're not aware of any of this. England has a really good way of disguising it. And you can even see that when, for example, things have happened in the hood, you pick up mainstream papers, you're not seeing any of it. Yeah. So they have a good way of hiding some of the hood things that are happening, but then they have a great way of blowing up and exaggerating stories that are not that great. Yeah. So I'm so happy that within that advert, you got a true reflection of what London life is like. I felt like my voice was heard there as well as everybody else's, so that's why I was happy with it.
What are you saying, Jamie?
About the advert?
Yeah.
I think it was amazing, man. I think it was amazing. And no one told me. Skepta didn't tell me. I didn't know none of it. I didn't know none of it.
Did he tell you?
Nothing.
To be honest with you, I was bare upset I weren't in it. Bare upset!
No, you weren't in it.
Bare!
You know what though? I will say this here.
I told this like, cause we didn't make it. Michael, that
You know what?
part.
Aside from all the artists, you know that the actual the kids that were in there, they were they're not actors. They're just people from London.
They were just people from
Yeah,
They
so you
were
know about
sick
from
actors though. I
Sick,
can't. They
man.
were cold.
Listen, man, it was amazing. Like, what was that? It was something that I watched, and I thought, as this happened, I'm like, right, you have to pause it. I had to pause it. Like,
Wait a minute, you
yo,
were in it?
No.
That's a mad thing.
I didn't know it was happening. I didn't know nothing was going on.
I like that. I prefer that. I like that. I didn't know nothing
Yeah,
about it. Like,
fam,
I
it
was
was
watching
so
it.
sick.
Like,
People are messaging me like, yo, oh my God, have you seen? Someone just messaged, do you see Giggs' bit? I said, what?
Giggs,
I mean, what's going on? Like, what's going on? So I pressed play, watched it, I thought, rah.
Like, even what he said, he goes, what's wrong with
Yeah, what's wrong with
Peckham?
Peckham? Yeah, I thought this is sick. This is very sick.
Nike, you did it
That
again,
was
baby.
that was very sick. That was a good advert, man.
what
That
did
was
you lot?
cold.
What did you lot think about the advert? Be honest. Did you like it? Who liked it? Who didn't like it?
Be honest.
You spoke about it. Who really liked it? Who loved it to bits? Tell me why.
Just to take on what you said, I think I really loved it because it was a real reflection, like really what we see when we're walking down the street. And for a long time, we don't see that.
Sorry, I might have to stop you. Wait. Yes, go on, talking to.
Sorry. For a long time, we haven't seen that on our TV screens with our adverts, or if they were to do it, it would just be just to target us so we're happy. But this advert, especially because it went worldwide, I think right now, I don't know how many million views it has now, but
3.3.
everyone is seeing it. And
2.9.
Yeah,
Is it
3.9.
3.9?
Yeah, and it's like crazy because now everyone's looking at it and saying, this is London, wow, like all over the world. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was amazing. Even little Michael Dapper's part, what about Peckham? Because even when he's the person said Peckham,
Yeah,
running
I've
through
run
Peckham.
through Peckham.
I, even me, I was like, yeah, but you shouldn't say that. And then when he said it, I was like, yeah, that's
we're trying to say
exactly
about
what I
Peckham,
was.
fam.
Yeah, what you say about Peckham, that's rude. So I loved everything about it. I thought it was very well done, and the kids were amazing as well.
Man used to run from Peckham though.
I was gonna say as well.
Back in the day, but now it's not
Let's
bad.
just be clear.
But it's not bad now.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
now. Yeah.
One thing I want to
Gentrification
say
and
as
that,
well,
we'll
what
talk
I
about
liked about that Nike advert is the fact that I didn't even feel like it was a Nike advert. I didn't feel like it was a Nike advert.
Yeah.
I thought it just looked like a celebration of everything. Like it was a really good short film of what's happening around us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't feel like it was a Nike advert.
I did. Stormzy wasn't there, so I knew it wasn't.
I cracked a corner.
Be honest though, do you reckon that man kind of looked at that advert?
Yes, I don't. No, maybe not Storms, but I know Cryptical looked
No,
at
but
it
no,
like.
I think
No, man, they'll be
I
happy.
think Stormzy, even though he's getting the bag,
Listen,
Both of them
but
are
I
getting
still
the back.
think,
All
yeah,
three
but
of them.
all get the bag.
I
All
can
get
look
the
at
bag.
it, and I've got no affiliation with any brand on the planet other than a BBK. Other than my own, yeah, I've got no affiliation with any brand, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
So if you've got an affiliation with a brand and you know why you're not in the advert, you have to be happy.
No,
man.
everyone's gonna be happy.
Listen,
Everyone's happy.
Alright,
Come
don't
on.
misunderstand what I'm saying.
Yeah, go
Obviously,
on.
all of them, man,
Yeah, yeah.
Crips and Conan, they're
Yeah.
getting the bag.
Yeah, man.
Let's not
But
get
you know,
twisted.
like for one, like I wonder if for like 30 seconds they just thought, you know what?
This guy.
It's not the bag. It's just like it would have been nice
No,
to
it's
be
not
in
about
there.
the money.
It's
I'm
not
talking
about the money.
about
Yeah,
just being a
just
part
being part
of
of
it.
it, yeah.
You know, like they probably do their own thing or whatever. But
Yeah,
I'm just
probably-
saying that
we've seen them
like,
do
it was
their
such
own
a
thing,
special moment for a bit. You know, sometimes even you said, right, like.
I kept it. I phoned Vuj.
So
So
you
Vuj
should-
phoned me.
Oh, is it?
Vuj phoned me like, Paul. I said I know.
Is
We
it?
weren't there. He's like, oh, I said, oh.
Not even an extra. I didn't even have us in the back.
Bruv,
The bus
I
stop.
would have walked through anything. I would have handed the scissors in the barber shop. Just let me. I would have been the hand. Let me be it. That's my
Do you know what
hand.
they missed? Do you know what they missed? Big
on.
man thing. What they did miss in that, in the element of, because they're encapsulating the culture and stuff like that as well. But I feel like we've kind of contributed to making
Are you joking?
podcast
Are you
a
joking?
part of the
Are you
culture.
joking?
And I think there should have been a bit in the advert where someone comes into the studio quickly and says something about something, and then we say something about something.
I disagree.
You get
I
me?
can't lie. The numbers in that advert were big, cause like the people there, it's a mad thing. So I understand the business side of it. Like
Yeah,
me
yeah.
being in there doesn't add no value. I just want it to be in there.
Fam, I'm telling you now, I see it as a lovely short film.
Great short.
Like,
film.
I don't even see it as an advert. I can't even remember seeing a Nike tick in Nike swoosh
That's true, actually.
in the video. I remember
Nike, by the way.
Nike, oh man, this is hard, man.
I know it's mad, isn't it?
In the ends, when we grew up, we used to call it Nike and we called it a Nike tick. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
in London.
In
innit?
London,
In
yeah.
London,
If
that's
you're gonna
what
come
we
to
did.
London, talk about London, we called it Nike, the Nike tick.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
we
yeah.
respect it, and
Did
obviously.
you ever, by the way, did you ever have a night tick in your eyebrow?
Never. I never had it on the back of my head either.
I did
I
as
did.
well.
Never.
Did you?
I'm my back.
My G.
Come on.
No, man, I
Come
wasn't
bro.
on that.
I had one
You know
in the
why?
back of
You're
my
not
head.
Caribbean.
Bruv, I had
Oh yeah,
Caribbean's
yeah,
not
man.
on
That's
that.
right.
I had jungle written in the back of my head, bro.
Nah,
yeah,
nah,
it was
nah.
like a jungle I had a night tick in
I had a
the
ponytail.
eye. Is it? I had China bumps.
I had China
Yeah,
bumps.
You get me? I
You
was
had China
on
bumps
that.
as well?
Yeah, I had China bumps in school. That's why the do-rag happened.
Oh, really?
You both had
The
China bumps?
The do-rags from China bumps in school with multicolored rubber bands, and I just had multicolored bands in my hair.
Why
in
did you
school.
get it?
I didn't want to cut my hair.
Why did you get
You know
it?
you don't want to cut
But
your
why
hair.
did I get China bumps?
Craig David, for real. All jokes aside.
Oh no,
Nah,
nothing to do
it,
with
like
Craig
it was partly because partly Craig David, but partly just
That's
I
trash,
didn't
you
even
know.
know. I didn't even know.
That
I
is
just was
trash,
on it.
fam.
I know it's mad.
Just on
I
as
was,
a
bro, I was an easily influenced. You know what?
No,
It
no,
was- wait,
stop,
wait, let me
stop,
bear
wait,
in
stop.
mind.
Let me
See,
just
when
stop,
can
let
I
me
just say this? When I had my China bumps, it wasn't the Craig David album. It was the Rewind. When the crowd say ball, selector. That's early Craig, you know.
But he wasn't in the
I'm
video.
but listen, stop. Listen.
No, pause. He wasn't in the video, so how was he influenced? This is mad to me.
I don't know. Maybe I saw a
Film
PA.
in video.
Maybe
That's
a
what
PA.
it was.
It was a
Stop.
PA.
He was influenced by someone in London. He's popping.
He's from Southampton, to be fair.
He's from Southampton.
Nah, you
You
got
get
me.
me?
Okay,
You get me?
he's done from his own country. That's popping. Just like We're Happy Now, Storm's crept Corner, you get me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If Skeppy had some next, if Skeppy brought back the 2-level box high top in the Nike advert just now, people might want to get it. You
Did
get me?
Skepta ever have
I
China
agree.
bumps?
Huh?
Did he have China bumps?
Who?
Skepta.
No.
I just think China bumps are trash. I always did. I looked at it.
No,
and
but
felt
China
Hellraiser.
bumps was like the beginning stage to the plat.
Wait, they didn't
Man,
want to have,
look,
anyone have China
I've
bumps?
never had China bumps.
1, 2, is that it? 2, 3?
That was trash.
No.
I'm here
Oh,
to
no, wait.
remind you.
You see my man with
that
the, with the
was
dreads,
trash.
yeah? See you with the dreads, yeah? Did you not have a China bump to start the thing going? No.
Neither did I.
Just
man.
do
what?
it.
It was
You
a
just
straight
do your hair
afro.
out.
It's not compulsory. There's rules. Come on, bro.
I know, but listen, I know, but
There's
listen,
no rules, son.
listen.
So it was a straight
Aye,
afro?
I was in school, yeah. So growing my hair in school was mad. Like I'm in school,
And
innit?
you can like it. You both can like it.
Yeah.
But I think it's trash. You don't have to defend yourself to
Move,
me.
man.
No,
Move,
it's-
man. Move, man.
No, it's
I
trash
move,
in
man.
hindsight. It
No,
wasn't
at the
trash
time.
at the moment.
At the time.
And also,
China
I don't
bump was-
care.
You should have come Ferry Lane.
I
We
know.
would have killed you
No,
guys.
I wouldn't. I was very late. He's lying. Hey, listen.
Oh, you did do
I listen. I liked it, innit?
That's good.
You put it in your hair, you fling the comb in there, you twist the comb, fam.
Dope.
You put the
Me.
comb out, put a band around it. Yeah, and it hurt a bit. I was like, yeah, I'm growing my hair, innit? Like,
Yeah.
That's
little,
it.
I
You
little
get me?
squares in that, but I was
Boom.
in school, so I couldn't have picky head in school,
I
crying
hear
it
you.
out, you know what I'm saying? And now I don't care, I have an afro out, whatever. But then in school, and then even in school, it was like, oh, it's messy, all these multicolored bands and whatnot. So I got a do-rag. I was like, oh, we don't know if you can wear a headscarf in school. I was like, listen, man, there's very different people wearing headscarves in school for different reasons. Mine's for my hair, and I got away with it. And I never took it off ever since. This is surgically attached. And yeah, this is me now.
Does any of you not know what China bumps are, by the way? You do, yeah?
I see someone like,
Hey,
what?
Oh,
Are you mad?
wait. Racist Callum don't know what China bumps is. You know what, yeah? He's dropped a couple of those.
He ain't racist, Callum. Stop calling him that, man.
All right.
Exactly, Chucky.
Lovely, Callum. You get me?
Get me, man.
But, yeah, we got, no, do you know what? We should stop doing that.
Yeah, man. I listened to all the podcasts. He ain't said
can't
nothing
promise.
racist the whole time.
I
Fam.
know.
Anytime you
It's
don't want to
just
put it on him,
irony.
you just say, yo.
No, it's just irony.
Nah, man.
It's just irony.
He's
Yeah, we
calm.
gotta
I
stop.
can't promise I'm going to stop, but
Yeah, you
I
have
do
to.
love you.
All right, cool. Anyway, all right, let's swing it back quickly. Because another thing that we was discussing, I just wanted to make sure, did I ask you lot what you lot thought about the positives of London? Because I feel like it's important for me to do that. Did I do that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Because we're talking together, innit? It's not just us thing. If you got something to say, it's okay. We're in the studio, put your hands up, whatever. I'll pass you the mic, you can say whatever you got to say. It's absolutely fine.
Just don't swear.
Oh, you got something to say? Come. Keep it quick though, because I'm going on to the next
You're
one.
live on Big Brother.
If you got something to say, just put your hand up. You got
Be
something to
boss.
say? Keep it quick.
No, I wanted to say what I love about London is the music aspect. When I used to travel to America a lot, and they literally only knew stuff about America. That was it. They didn't know about London music. They didn't know about worldly music or anything. They were just all about American music. But in London, you had radio station back in the day, and I loved the radio station because the DJs would play everything. They'll play what's good in America. They'll play London music. They'll play all around like pop music. We were exposed to so much, and so I feel jungle, everything. So I feel like the music growing up in London was amazing. It exposed us to so much. That's why I feel like the musicians now are so creative because they've been influenced by so much
Why?
sound.
Yeah.